Tobin.
Hair and makeup.
Everybody always wants something from you. I mean, it will always be like that. But I think if you continue to give up control over who you are or what you want to say, you don't really have anything left for yourself. And I think I've been always pretty protective of that because at the end of the day, this is my life and my career, and I get to decide what that looks like.
Tobin is one of the most genuine people you'll ever meet. Like, she just very much is who she is.
Do you know what the difference is between a pop star and a rock star? They're both incredibly popular, but the reason the rock star is more popular is because he or she doesn't care about popularity. There are a lot of athletes out there that are pop stars. Tobin Heath'S a rock star.
You need to be able to brand yourself. And she's like, yeah, but I just love playing soccer. That's it. End of story.
Her whole life, Tobin was only willing to share herself with one group of people.
My kids love her and miss her. We don't get much time with her. We ask her, can you make it to this? Can you do this? Can you be here? She's like, no, I have to be at practice. We're like, oh, well, it's just practice. You can just tell them that you can come. No, you don't understand. This is my job. We've spent maybe one Thanksgiving together as a family in 15 years.
Sometimes this job and this sport, it feels selfish. I feel like if I was to lose someone in my family now, I would regret not having spent more time with them because I was doing this. So I think if I was to have any regrets, it would just be time.
Time with Tobin is really special. I would never want her to regret it because look at all she's done and accomplished, and for the next generation of girls even, and women in general in sports, she's accomplishing so many things, so yeah.
Despite all her accomplishments, this spring, one game changed her perspective.
The U.S. women's national team are not wearing their own names on the backs of their jerseys. Instead, each player is wearing the name of a prominent woman who has inspired them.
The back of your jersey was Doris Burke?
Yep. It was very difficult for me. And I realized in that difficulty of me finding a female role model to put on my back, that was a problem. And then I realized I don't know if what I'm doing is impactful enough. In order to be that role model and make more of an impact, she started stepping out of her comfort zone. And on March 8th, 2019, Tobin joined her teammates in suing U.S. Soccer.
The #1 women's soccer team in the world is fighting to get paid what they're worth. All 28 members of the women's national team filed a gender discrimination lawsuit against the U.S. Soccer Federation, arguing they've consistently been paid less than the men, despite outperforming them in global competition.
The lawsuit totals 41 complaints, including unequal pay and unfair treatment. For example, from 2015 to 2018,
The women played 19 more games than the men, which meant they often spent more time practicing and playing in matches, more time in training camps, and more time traveling. The suit also details resource disparities. In 2017, the U.S. Soccer Federation chartered flights for the men's national team on at least 17 occasions. For the women, not even once.
There was a lawsuit that was filed by you and your teammates. Why did you decide to take part in it?
Well, it obviously wasn't an overnight decision. Beyond the paycheck, I think it's about creating more opportunity for the future. And I think a lot of what we're doing, I'm never going to see. And I think for us, we need to continue that legacy of doing more, pushing more, not for ourselves, not for what we're going to get tomorrow, but for the future of the sport and for the future of women.
Some would argue that the men bring in more money or they bring in more viewership. What do you say to that argument?
It's no comparison. You can't compare the two. It's all about investment, and I think people are always trying to compare like, oh, you don't have the amount of money in the sport, or you don't have the viewership, or this or this. And it's like, but imagine what we could have if we were given the same opportunity.
Why is it important to fight that fight now, right before you're going to defend your World Cup title?
We have to. It's our responsibility, it's our obligation. And if we constantly say like, oh, now's not the right time, like it's never gonna happen.
For Tobin Heath, now 31, this is her time. After more than a decade of drawing eyes on the field, the U.S. veteran is finally embracing a different kind of attention.
We've talked a lot with your family, with you, about this non-conforming idea of not wanting the spotlight. Your family confirmed it for us. Why did you choose to tell your story with us?
That's a great question. I think I sometimes ask myself that even like during this process. I think I always wanted to be like looked at as a footballer and not put through like the lenses of various people or sponsors telling me who I am. And for me, growing up, all the people that I saw on TV, they were all men. All the heroes, athletes, the great ones that would do something like this, they were all men. And as much as like I hate being in front of a camera, I thought this was an authentic way for me to be exactly what I should have had when I was younger. Someone to watch that wasn't a man, on a sports channel. I've very much tried to stay true to who I am so that my story, it's encouraging the next generation